Welcome friends, welcome to Online Learning Box once again. And in this session, this is a very interesting lesson we're learning here. In the sessions we're learning how to use this tool in Illustrator. This is called the mesh tool. Okay, mesh tool. Right now you can hear me. Mesh tool. This is a live. Okay, now for understanding this mesh tool, right now I'm taking a new document. Okay, so this is a new document and A3 size, and this is a landscape. Okay. Now just I want to make a clear sense about the mesh tool and how to use this mesh tool. We have to learn a little bit of understanding of this gradient tool. Okay, this is a gradient tool, and right now I'm making a rectangle box. So here it is, and this is a gradient. Okay, so at first I want to say something that mesh tool is a little bit of complex, but what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to break this lesson in little bit of parts. You can say 1 or 3 parts, so it can be more simple for you to understand and get into this mesh tool, how to use this mesh tool in your design. So let's start. First of all, if you want to understand this mesh tool, this a shortcut of mesh tool is U. So you have to understand this gradient. So here is a gradient, and you can use this gradient and hit G. You can see this. This is, you can change. Okay, so here a point I raise here. So this is a rectangle. So this is a linear gradient, and you can see this gradient from here. View, guide, and windows. This is gradient. Control F9. That's your shortcut. Control F9. So hit Control F9. You can see, hit Control F9. It's hiding little bit of here. So let us see here, from here. Control F9. See here, this is a gradient. So if you want to change this gradient, color of this gradient, you can easily double click here and see. I want to change this in yellow. So see, let's change. But when I want to change the color, see here another color, here another color, and different color and different color. So this is not possible in the normal gradient. You can easily possible it using this mesh tool, but here a logic here little bit arise that you can easily do it in the radical, change this radical, but this is not the perfect solutions of this problem. I want to say that if I want to change this color here, different color, and this is another different color, but the normal gradient is not solved. You cannot solve this problem by the help of normal gradient. You can easily solve this kind of problem using mesh tool. You can see I'm deleting this part, so another, and simple yellow color and cross the gradient. So we are play with this mesh tool and want to learn how we can use mesh tool and what is the pros and cons of this mesh tool. So you can see of this mesh tool, I'm just using my magnifier glass so you can easily see what I'm doing here. So see, it is around this cursor. You can see the a plus sign underneath of this cursor, and this beside this a grid type of things appears when you click on this mesh tool. Okay, and Control U is the shortcut of this mesh. Okay, so hit here. See, this is a vertical line. Hit another point here. This is another vertical line. So hit here. This is another horizontal line. So if I hit this type of blank space, you can see this is a horizontal and vertical lines appears. So I will Control Z. So see, this what happening here. If you click on the existing point, the help of mesh tool of creating mesh, so what it does immediately after creating a vertical line, and if you click on the blank space, it thinks that you need a horizontal and vertical line also, so it's immediately create a horizontal and vertical line also. So it is very tricky part, and not only we can use this mesh tool with the help of the mesh tool. See, another quite things here. See, when we use this mesh tool, we do not use this selection tool. Always use direct selection tool for using a particular point or coloring or particular point. If you select this point and see, this color is changed. Okay, now see this point, I'm selecting this point with the help of this direct selection tool, and A is the shortcut of the direct selection tool, and change this color. See, the color is changed here, not here, and this changing is, see, this change is for this point to this point, this point to this point, not this far above this point. So this is a very basic point of mesh tool, and very you have to keep in your mind when you design the help of mesh tool. Okay, now another very important thing, we not only change the color or coloring purpose, we use the color mesh tool for 3D or coloring purpose. We can use this mesh tool, and with this mesh tool we can reshape our object. See this reshaping, we can reshape our object this is another very strong features, you can say very strong features of mesh tool. We can reshape our object with the help of mesh tool, and we can change a particular point, we can drag this point and see this effect, yes, and little bit of 3D type of effect, but this is a quite ugly type of things, but I'm just make you understand this how it work. Okay, so you can change this color here, so you can quietly see this, clearly see this what happened here. So delete this ugly things. Okay, just we learn in this lessons two things, that mesh tool is used for the coloring of an object, and this is also, you can call this is also a gradient. Okay, this is also a gradient. Okay, but what is the difference between the gradient and mesh tools? You can gradient is one point to another, you can this effect is one point to another, this point from this point, this linear gradient, and radial gradients also. I'm talking about here the gradient and linear gradient also here in our discussion. This is one point to another point, this is the affecting area. Okay, but in the mesh tool we see this, in the mesh tool clearly see this, sorry, delete this, we can change the particular point, you can change the color of particular point. Okay, so always use the direct selection tool, do not use the selection tool. Okay, so color guides, just okay, see this is change this point. When I'm use this direct selection tools, what it happen, see, it's change the, it's say I'm just creating a point here and another point here. If I select the direct selection tool, what it happen, say this appear in the whole object, it's appear in the whole object, it's selecting and the whole object. So always use direct selection tool when you creating a design or artwork with the help of mesh tools, and this tool are always correlated. Okay, this tool, mesh tool and direct selection tool, the A is the shortcut of direct selection tool. Okay, always remember this tool and this tool. Okay, so if I want to choose this point and want to change the color of this point, see the point color of this point is changed. Now create something, and I think that you can understand what is the use of mesh tool. So right now I'm just creating a point here, another point here, another point here, another point here. So what I'm doing here, just a little bit of this tone. Okay, and now I'm just giving a some darker tone here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select this point and this point and this point and this point. We can also do this kind of things with the help of Lusher tool. Okay, so see, this is very important thing you have to remember when you do some artwork. So I'm selecting the outer, it's always remember, do not selecting the 2 times of your selected path or selected line. If you do it, it will deselecting the same point you selected previous. So see, I'm selecting here, and another time I'm selecting here, it's actually deselecting it. Okay, so select this point, select this point, select this point, and shift, hold shift, hold shift, and hold shift. I'm selecting these 4 corners, and right now I'm going to change this color, hit okay, see, okay. And another time, what I'm going to do here, shift and see the edges, selecting the edges, okay. See, this is another thing I want to show you how to deal with this kind of thing. Okay, see, this gradients appear this point to this point. If I draw a point here with the help of mesh tool, and if you want to delete this point of mesh tool, press Alt, and see this little bit of minus appear in underneath of your cursor. So delete this one, you can easily delete this one, and by this features you can easily deleting the mesh points, unusual mesh point, and see magic happen. So this is another feature of mesh point. We can use mesh point, this plus sign appear here. This means you can add point, mesh point, you can add mesh point, and when you press Alt, hold Alt, and if you click on this point, this means deleting mesh point. Okay, so this is a very good point you have to remember when you design with the help of mesh tool. So I'm going to delete. So let's start and see. This is a red, green, blue background, a square. Now I'm click on this mesh tool, click here, and another click here, another click here. Okay, and I'm going to change this color and see, this is mesh tool, and add a point here. And what I'm going to do here, just a little bit of funny things. I'm going to change this color, and this color will be thin and thin. This I want this color should go this point to this point. So what I'm doing here, select this point with the help of direct selection tool, and see, and Control Z, see this point, and holding shift this point and this point. So this is outer. Okay, so this point and this point. So you can play with this now see what happened here. This little bit of handle, this handle is appear, and when I drag this point, see little this jaggy points appear here. So if I select this point and try to change this color, okay, now drag this point, go, and here I am creating another point. Another point, and this point, this point. See what happened here. If you want to fix this problem, how can you fix this problem? Always see actually why this little bit of jaggy type of points or jaggy type of line appear here. This the meaning. This is actually handle. And handle for this point and handle of this point. It's actually this two color overlapping each other. When it's overlapping, okay, those are overlapping. Okay, you can easily see this overlapping. So how can you fix this problem? Control Z. I'm doing Control Z, and when I'm dragging this, hold shift. Always remember this. Hold shift and drag. Hold shift and drag. Hold shift and drag. See, this problem is not happening. Actually, okay. See, this problem is almost not appearing. This handle appearing. So this is okay. See, always hold shift, okay, and drag the points of the mesh point, and always use the mesh tool, not and hold shift, mesh tool and hold shift. Okay, see, this problem is solved. Okay, not this tool, this tool, mesh tool, and drag it. When the 2 points or 2 path is overlapping, I am actually intentionally doing this kind of method and intentionally do wrong for showing you the right thing. So see, I'm doing it another time. I'm just clicking here and just click here. This is a 2 point, and what I'm doing here, I'm just change the color, change this color, and another point, selecting a point, just change this color, and with the help of mesh tool, shift, holding shift and drag it, holding shift and drag it. See, this, the jagginess is not appear in this time. Okay, and this soft type of effect you can clearly see this. So when you use the mesh tool, always remember, always use direct selection tool, not selection tool, and shortcut of direct selection tool is A. And when you see the two path or two color or two paths overlapping each other, this type of line is vertical line, and here is another vertical line. I'm putting a red color here, and when I'm tagging this color to this point where I'm see this little jaggy here, so the solutions of this type of problem, holding shift and always use the mesh tool at this time, and you can drag this point. See, this jagginess is not happening, and overlapping this problem is not happening. Okay, so when you want to delete the point of delete the mesh point, always hold Alt and mesh tool, right point here. See, this minus sign will appear in your cursor, under your cursor. So click one time, this mesh point is disappear. Mesh point disappear. Mesh point disappear. So this is another trick when you use your mesh tool, and with the help of mesh tool you can creating 3D type of 3D type of effects, 3D type of artwork. You can create some interesting things. In our another class, we are discussing about how to create 3D artwork with the help of mesh tool. And in this meantime, you can see my another videos. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and my English is knowledge is 0. For this, please give me and forgive me. So thank you very much for watching. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.